amazing, magical world we live in. The flip of a switch, the click of a remote, or a press of a button is all it takes to power our lives. Our lights, the air conditioning, the TV, and the computer. Energy is right there when we need it. We often don't even think twice about where it comes from, whether it will last, and, more importantly, how we can sustain its supply. Often, you may have heard your parents or grandparents say, "Oh, turn off the lights, unplug your devices, or turn down the heating." But have you ever wondered why? With every passing year, humans consume more energy than the year before. And the ugly part about it is that most of it is wasted by overusing it or not using it wisely. If you think that you and I can't do much to help, you can't be more wrong. Because every time you turn off the lights, unplug your devices, or make sure you close the refrigerator door, you're in fact saving energy. There are many ways to save energy at home, and it all adds up to a positive impact on the environment. This all started when one day some bulbs in my home went off. Now, I could think that it wasn't my problem and wait for my mom to handle it. But I was curious. And so, I took it upon myself to fix it. I started to do some research on the different kinds of bulbs: fluorescent, incandescent, halogen, and so on. And that's when I found out about LED bulbs. Let me tell you, they're amazing inventions. LED light bulbs are up to 80% more energy efficient, and they last up to 20 times longer than regular light bulbs. I was sold. So, I searched online, bought what we needed, and replaced all the burnt out bulbs at home with LED bulbs. Nice. But that wasn't the end of it. On the contrary, it was just the beginning. Coincidentally, it was around this time that I started hearing about the climate crisis. I started to find out about its damaging and lasting impact on the world. And I started to understand that we have to save and limit our energy usage. And the more I researched about it, the more I was convinced that there are more opportunities for saving energy at home, and that I should start doing something now. In fact, we should all start doing something now. So, why? Why should we save energy? And why now? Many of the energy sources we rely on, fossil fuels like oil, coal, and gas, are irreplaceable. Once we use them up, it's over. They're gone. Forever. But the biggest problem related to fossil fuels is that in the process of transforming them to energy that we can use, we directly and indirectly harm the environment and ourselves. We'll talk about how exactly this is happening. Let's take coal. Coal is the most carbon-intensive fossil fuel there is. Extracting it from the earth not only strips layers of rock and soil, but changes landscapes forever. It also severely threatens wildlife and pollutes entire ecosystems with ash and dirt. Oh, and when burned, coal emits toxic gases into the atmosphere, such as sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and carbon dioxide. Next is natural gas. Natural gas was once touted as a cleaner fossil fuel, but is now seen as nothing but a contributor. A problem with natural gas is that it is composed mostly of methane, and extracting and transporting the gas for household use results in a lot of methane leaks. And since methane has the capacity to trap heat 80 times more than carbon dioxide, it's already responsible for nearly a third of global warming that's already taken place. So, really, there is no clean fossil fuel out there. And since 84% of the world's supply of energy is still from fossil fuels, we have no other choice but to change our habits and take action. And that is why we should save energy. As to why now? Well, now is as good a time as any. In fact, yesterday was a better time. And a few years ago would have been even greater. So, if we're not on the bandwagon just yet, now is absolutely the best time to start. Aside from replacing all your burnt-out incandescent lights with LEDs, let's discuss some of the ways we can save energy at home. The biggest opportunity for saving energy lies in the heating and cooling of your home. So, the first thing to do would be to turn it down in winter and turn it up in summer. I'm referring to your thermostat, of course. Adjusting the temperature to closer resemble the weather outside will result in significant savings while not inconveniencing you that greatly. What's important is that you and your family are comfortable. Your furniture and sofas don't care if they're warm or cool. You can just focus on the rooms and spaces where you spend most of your time. In the cooler months, you can wear an extra layer or two if it's too chilly. And in the warmer months, you can cool the old-fashioned way. Open up a lot of windows and use an electric fan to circulate the air. In my home, everyone wears an extra layer in the winter. Our kitchen has large windows and is really cold in the mornings. Sometimes we even wear a down jacket when we make our breakfast. The cold only lasts a bit, but we save so much in the long term. And in the summer, we ease up on the air conditioning and open the windows to allow more circulation, cutting down on our energy needs. A minor inconvenience for a major payback. Actually, even a paycheck back? I'd say it's worth it. The second and the easiest way to save energy is to turn it off. Turn off the hot water in your washing machine. Use cold water instead. Turn off the dryer. Hang or line dry your clothes instead. Turn off the lights and TV when you leave the room. And please, avoid phantom energy. Phantom energy? That's the energy that your parents pay but nobody uses. Everything that is plugged into the electrical outlets, which are not used, and yes, even those that are turned off, still sucks energy. So, unplug your devices and chargers when you don't need to use them. Finally, turn on your inner activist. Climate change has gone on for way too long. It's something we can't deny anymore. And we can't afford to stay on the sidelines. We need to act and encourage others to act as well. Persuading people to change their habits may be difficult, but it is easier when they see you doing it. So, lead the way. Start at home. Make these changes. Then, spread it to others. Tell them about the ways they can save energy. But, most importantly, tell them why it matters. It matters because saving energy reduces carbon emissions, which is the biggest contributor to climate change. It matters because reduced emissions will result in cleaner air, cleaner water, and an increased quality of life for all living things. And finally, it matters because it saves you money. Even Barack Obama once said that the easiest way to save money is to waste less energy. There are plenty of ways that each of us, every single one of us, can do to save energy. And you don't have to do them all. But if one or two small changes can become habit-forming, it's a win-win situation for you and the planet. We need energy to power everyday lives. It isn't free. It costs us money. But it costs the world so much more. Saving energy is one of the easiest ways to make a dent on the climate crisis. It's something you and I can start doing today, starting right now. And any action you can take is a step in the right direction. So, turn it down and turn it up. Make adjustments to your heating and cooling. Turn it off. Flip the switch and unplug your devices. And turn on your inner activist. You and I, the youth of today, will be the ones to inherit the earth tomorrow. We are in it together. If we can start saving energy today, we can substantially reduce our carbon footprint. If we can convince those around us to do the same, we are on our way to a drastic reduction of fossil fuels. And if we spread awareness and get every single one of us involved, we are poised to make dramatic progress towards a cleaner, greener future. So, let's do everything in our power today for a better world tomorrow.